Did you know that there is a hunger crisis in our community? We live around so much food, we see food everywhere. But in the borough of Brooklyn, 1 in 5 families are going hungry. I'm here at the Bedford Stuyvesant Plaza for the Bed-Stuy Food and Family Day, where members of the community are out talking about this crisis and coming up with solutions.
A child who is malnourished cannot learn. You must be fueled to be schooled. You cannot be well-read if you are not first well-fed. A hungry worker can't find a job and can't keep a job. A hungry senior citizen can't stay independent without food. So we need to do a lot of things in this society to turn this inequality around and once again make Brooklyn a beacon of opportunity for the entire country.
The truth is, we need our elected officials in Washington and the Democrats even to have a little spine and stand up and say no to these Republican cuts. Republicans do control the House of Representatives, but the Democrats still control the White House and the Senate, and they say middle class, middle class, middle class every 30 seconds, and we have to remind them there's many low-income people as middle-class people, and they need to fight for both.
Shedding the pounds has been a lifelong challenge to me, and there are many times in my life, to be candid, when I'm losing the battle, and there are other times when I'm winning the battle. When I get serious, I was alluding a moment ago to white is bad, and what I'm saying is white foods, the pastas, the rices, the flour, anything with bread, it's all downhill. Cheesecake, which I love and adore, all of that is downhill, especially for those of us like myself that have the genetic makeup that automatically gains weight. I truly believe it's hereditary, by the way, but it means that we have to replace those delicious but fattening foods, not to eliminate them from our diet, but to make them a treat, a rare treat, and to try to replace them with foods that are much healthier and also nutritious and also take care of your hunger. So green, more vegetables and fruits, we know that, and it has to be coupled with exercise. But I know that for younger people, and that's where I want to focus my remarks and my concern, if they get disciplined at a younger age than I did, then it forms the basis of their behavior the whole year and each year after that. Seriously, if they can learn to celebrate foods that are healthier and incorporate regular exercise into their life, by the time they're in their 40s and 50s, it becomes part of their ordinary life, and they look good, they feel good, they are good, and they're fit for life. No matter how big or small you are, it's not about being skinny, it's about being fit.
I love to talk to families about how to eat better, how to get the children interested in the food they're eating. So it seems like a perfect place to come. Well, one of the strategies I use is eating with the seasons, and since we're going to fall, now's the perfect time to throw pumpkins, which are high in vitamins, sweet potatoes, things like that into your diet. But it's teaching people how to use them in a different way than they're traditionally used to. So, you know, people need to learn how to do that. My restaurant's in Prospect Heights in Brooklyn. It's near the Brooklyn Museum Botanical Garden, so we're near the cultural hub. You know, so it's not far from here. I actually live in Crown Heights, so this is my community also.
In our community, people of color face a number of health disparities, which affect their ability to work. It affects their lifespan. It affects school performance, whether it's asthma or whether it's diabetes or high blood pressure or high cholesterol. These things affect overall performance and well-being. And because we're a community development corporation, we're really focused on trying to assist people in maximizing their potential as earners, maximizing their ability to build wealth, to be employed. And so it's just fundamental that we make the right choices around the things that we can control. And certainly our choices of food, how we feed our youngsters and how we feed ourselves. Nutrition is key. We are working with the Department of Health around identifying the families of newborns so that we can get them a package and connect them to resources which will assist them in raising their children in terms of both early childhood education, nutrition.
With the planning committee and the steering committee for today, we are working with restoration and the Department of Health to try to get more fresh foods and more affordable fresh foods in the neighborhood. This is a food desert community, so we're working really hard to try to turn that around. The city has determined that this area per capita does not have the access to fresh and healthy foods that other areas like Manhattan would have. So we're working really hard with the actual grocers who are here to increase the amount, but then to also lure in new grocery stores. Surprisingly, there are voids in the market where people have to walk 15, 20 minutes, some seniors and elders, in order to get their fresh foods. So that's why they call it a food desert.